Kid that worked down at the local Baskin Robbins got a tattoo of a
Hope you all are ready. The Gears Cup series starts in 5 minutes. Wootan, thank you for subscribing. Hell yeah. Here we go. Good evening, everyone. 100 laps of super speedway action coming at you. Welcome to the Daytona 250, sponsored by Elite Towing LLC out of Summerdale, Alabama. I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horseboat, and you are watching the Gears Cup Series on Casa de la Horseboat. All right, everyone, welcome to Daytona. Happy to have you along. Again, I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horseboat. Thank you so much. Whether you're lurking or twerking, we appreciate the support. Bring in here just a moment. Again, thank you for hanging out with us as we're getting set for the Gears Racing League pre-race show sponsored by Elite Towing. Again, hello, how are you doing? I am the Horseboat. Bringing in here Jeremy Beal and Kyle Munson here shortly. But let's get this underway. Now, I've been thinking about the series, and it doesn't seem long ago that we finished the 2023 season at Las Vegas. And not that long ago, we were crowning Cody Johnson the Gears Cup Series champion. Now that we are looking back into the rearview mirror, we could say that the 2023 season overall was a year of major growth, raising the ball higher and a bar higher and establishing that the Gears Racing League is here to stay. As we look ahead to 2024, and I'm just saying, if the momentum generated through last year's playoffs all the way through the Holiday Truck Series tells us anything, we're going to be flush with drama, high-intensity racing, complete with heroes and villains taking shape. If you have not seen the Gears Cup Series before, I would suggest you pay attention and watch closely tonight. Now, speaking of tonight, additionally, the winner of the Daytona 250 will not only be crowned a Gears Daytona champion, they will also receive $44 courtesy of Elite Towing LLC out of Summerdale, Alabama. Give them a call at 251-222-0012 or look them up on Facebook by searching for Elite Towing LLC. You simply just can't beat Elite Towing LLC. Now, as you can see next to me here, that is a sweet, sweet view of the track. And as we get closer to Green Flag Racing, I'd like to mention that throughout the season, I will have special guests join me in the booth from time to time. And assist me in the booth this evening, the pleasure of the number 42 Chevrolet and fellow Gears admin Jeremy Beal, and number 40 of the Chevrolet of Kyle Munson. Boys, welcome to the show. Jeremy, first off, I know you both did not qualify for the 250, but we're happy as hell to have you in the booth. Jeremy, how you doing, bud?
Thanks, man. Doing good. Super, super excited to be here. Yeah, man, like you said, bummed I'm not out there, but I'm almost just as excited as I am to be up here as I would to be out there. Man, I can't wait to be here and spend the time with y'all. Kyle, thank you for coming out. Yeah, man.
Yeah, Kyle, how you doing, man? I know it's been a minute since you and I have last spoken.
Tom, thanks for having me on here. Yeah, so obviously I didn't make it in, but super excited to get this race underway. Looks like we got a lot of driver changes, a lot of car changes up for this new season. So let's see how things play out.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of drama unpacking. We have a lot of new drivers, like Kyle mentioned here, but we also have a lot of Gears Cup Series veterans. Again, this is Season 3. And again, shout out to everybody having beverages. I'm going to take one here with you. Shout out to Season 3 vets. The one man that I'm actually surprised who didn't make it. Guys, you wanna elaborate on this? Perrin Huggins not making the field tonight. I know that surprised the hell out of me.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. I think there's a few drivers that aren't out there tonight. that definitely probably felt like going into the duels last week that they were confident that they'd be out there tonight, and they're not. So I think that's going to play a big role. I think that puts a couple people that maybe thought that they weren't going to be racing this week um, in a position to maybe make something happen, because here at super speedways things can definitely get a little squirrely, as some would say.
Yeah, I mean, looking back into the duels last week, we had one, like the tale of two halves. Like the duel number one was super awesome, chaotic, but really competitive all the way to the end of the race. And then duel number two, you had looks like crash after crash. And I mean, it was only a few cautions; it wasn't a lot, but definitely different vibes than duel one. Would you agree?
Couldn't agree more, man. I was out there for duel one. Um, I can, if you want to reflect on it, we can a little bit. Kind of what
Sure.
split the field up there is there was a small little checkup right at the green flag, and the race, fortunately, for some, went green the whole way. That doesn't happen often. I think either here on iRacing or in real life. Sometimes it seems like it's hard to get 40 solid laps in at a super speedway, but the quality of the gears drivers that we have were able to get it done. And unfortunately, I was at the back of the field there, so with staying green, man, we just the two packs kind of got separated, and the second pack never could make that charge back up to the first pack to get anything done. But it was a super fun race nonetheless. Unfortunate, that I won out, not in a transfer position to be out there tonight, but it was cool to actually do 40 green flag laps at Daytona. That was a lot of fun.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Kyle, how about you? Your experience with your duel?
Yeah, so I was actually in duel 2. My actual goal was to just survive to the end. And I came up a little bit short on that, unfortunately. But yeah, it was definitely action packed for sure. We did have a few cautions in there, so it was pretty interesting for sure.
Yeah, I mean, just sitting here from top to watch both races again, it was like a tale of two halves. So, I'm disappointed because both of you guys are household names as far as Gears Cup Series drivers. Again, I should have said you guys were surprising picks not to make the race as well. But I'm glad to have you in the booth, and we're going to be along for the ride. Jeremy, I'm not sure. Is there anybody that you want to bring in for an interview, real quick, before we get started?
Let's thumb through here. Let's see who is
And we'll let you
see who
go through
might
that.
be
I'll
available.
give people a little bit of a taste here. We have 17 different teams, 18 different teams here tonight. We have 100 laps, no stages, no stage breaks, anything like that. We don't do that anymore. No fast repairs, and you have 4 tire sets. Tire set you come in on, and the 3 hanging behind the pit wall. Max fuel capacity is 70%. Cautions will be manually called by race control, and we have 2 race control operators here tonight, Aiden Lund and Tyler Steiner. Weather is auto-generated. Race time is at noon 2 times, and the fixed setup is Daytona 2011 Oval. Now, track rules. Initial start is going to be on the green flags, but all subsequent restarts will be in the Geico restart zone. Again, $44 prize here to the winner of the Daytona 250.
Let's go ahead and pull in dual one winner Nathan Fuller from last week.
All right, I know he's got a little thing when he answers. Nathan Fuller, the 24 car. You got a copy.
I have a copy, Tom.
All right. Duel number 1 winner. I know we talked last week briefly about your win. Give us a little insight. I know you got about a minute to go of what you plan to do here tonight being out in front.
I mean, big thing is stay toward the front. If there's any wrecks, you don't want to have to be running into them. So trying to stay up front, with Josh right there in front, maybe just push him forward and see what we can do with it. The fuel will be a little less than it was last week. I think iRacing adjusted the setup. So, we'll see what strategies that plays into and see if we can just stay clean and take her to the end.
All right. Anything, Jeremy, you want to reach out to Nathan about?
Awesome, man. Sounds good. Good luck there tonight. I know you're getting ready to get to qualifying. So good luck, man. Have fun and do your thing, man.
Not qualifying, I think, straight to grid, but ready to rock and roll.
Fuller got to get a jab in before he goes back to his voice channel for tonight. We're going to take you down to the track here very shortly as we are just about set for green flag racing. Again, 100 laps on the docket. '23 race winner was Lucas Reed. 2024 pole sitter here for tonight is going to be Josh Cole. Dual winners are Nathan Fuller and Tyler Curley. And 100 laps, guys. 100 laps.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a race for survival for sure. It's just a matter of who's going to be able to put themselves into a position towards the end of the race, and also, where we're at in terms of fuel strategy and whatnot. So it's definitely going to be interesting for sure.
Absolutely. We got Factor Mike out here asking us, who is our pick for tonight? We'll get into that just in a moment. Let's get out to the grid so you can see what's going on here for tonight. You have Josh Cole and Jonathan Evans in row 1. Row 2, you have Nathan Fuller and Tyler Curley. Behind them is going to be Brendan Turner and Jake Hall. Justin Vandermeer and Brad Gutierrez in row 4. Row 5, you have Connor Rowe and Justin Shue. In row 6, you have Peyton Howell and Trey Holmes. Row 7, you have Joshua Personette and Matt Fat Albert from Canada. In row 8, we have Sean Anderson and Min Hang. Row 9, Tyler Wooten and Matthew Please Pet My Ducky Maglia. Row 10, we have Brandon Meyer and Jake Collins. Row 11, we have Andrew Allen and Ryan Johnson. Row 12, we have Elliot Drummond and Mike DeWalt. Row 13, we have Alex Tilley and Skylar Comstock. Row 15, we have Ken Dorian Davis and Tristan Ostavedo. Row 16, we have Kenneth Gallman and Jaden Wicks. Row 17, we have Nick Wood and Bladen Edwards. Row 18, we have Chris James and Jonathan Militia. Row 19, Robert Fitzpatrick Jr. and Keaton Salyers. And last but not least, Cody Johnson and Nate Williams. Now that I've coughed, my brain's out. Kyle Munson, let's start with you. Who is your pick for the Daytona 250 tonight?
I'm actually going to put my money on the 42 of, or I'm sorry, not the 42. Was it 41? 43. 41, or yes, 43 of Tyler Curley. So I'm thinking he's probably going to be the one that's going to come out ahead towards the end of the race here.
Beal, who do you got?
I'm skimming through the list here, and there's so many good drivers out here. I mean, the whole field definitely has potential to pull something off, right? Because it is Daytona.
Yeah.
So anything could happen. Who tickles my fancy? I'm gonna go with the 19 of Keaton Sawyers. I think he's gonna
back to the front.
I think he's gonna pull it back to the front right here. I think he's gonna race smart. I think that Toyota camp is something to look out for tonight. I think they worked real good in the duels last week with each other. Because Toyota's is the least amount of cars out here, I believe.
Yeah.
I think the Toyotas are definitely some cars you guys are gonna want to keep an eye on.
All right. So Beal, let's see. Remind me again, who is your guy? I got to write in the chat. I'm writing it in the chat so everybody can see.
Keaton Sawyers.
Oh, the 19. That's right. Okay, short-term memory loss. That is my problem. My pick here tonight. Let's see. I am going to pick, and man, I don't want to sound, I'm actually going to pick the 03 of Lucas Reed. Lucas Reed, back-to-back Daytona 250s. I'm calling it right now, back-to-back.
I don't think that's a bad pick. Honestly, out of all of these drivers tonight, I think if any of us any number. I don't think any number's a bad pick. So I think we're in for a good night of racing. And here we go. We're rolling off the grid.
Yeah, this is very exciting. We're finally to the point where we're actually starting the season. The duels were, the duels is one thing. It's fun. I enjoy that. The atmosphere is amazing. It's the start of a new season. But there's something about that 250, man. This 250 that just really gets me going. It just really means, points are on the line. Everything is on the line here tonight.
Yeah, for sure. And the guys that miss the race, they're behind the 8 ball for sure. So that's a pretty big hole to dig yourself out of.
And that's what she said.
Tom, I am being asked to ask you to refresh trading paints.
I'm being asked to refresh trading paints.
Yes.
Who's asking?
Matt Albert.
Good Lord. Yeah, I'm not doing all that right now.
Okay.
Want to see everything go blank? Matt, you should know better, dog. You should know better, dog. Especially when we're trying to get the green flag of the Daytona 250.
Message relayed.
Green, green, green.
Here we go, Josh Cole and Jonathan Evans. Josh Cole and Tyler Curley off and away to start this race. Getting up to speed now. We are popping. And I must have hit the refresh button because I see cars being refreshed.
Outside lane starting to form up a little bit here. A little bit of a checkup on the green flag, but looks like they're starting to creep up here now.
Both lines off to a good start. Josh Cole going to lead lap number 1 of the Daytona 250. Now, Jeremy, Kyle, 70% fuel capacity if you're trying to save here. How far do you think you can make it here? Now, there's no stages, so that plays a part of it. But what do you guys think?
70% fuel. I think you're looking to pit maybe around lap 25.
Okay.
Maybe
Okay.
if you could, maybe a little longer if you can push it. If you're really saving here. That'll be more of the cars towards the middle or the back of the pack. You'll see them kind of running around 50% throttle most of the time. Sometimes even when you get that real good draft pull, you'll be off of the throttle sometimes 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 seconds at times.
Yeah,
Riding on. Go ahead.
As I say, the guys that are up in the front of the pack, they're the ones that are going to be consuming a bit more fuel. I'm going to say you're probably going to go about 30, 32 laps roughly if you're just kind of laying back in the draft, hanging out there. But yeah, definitely the guys that are up in the front, they're going to be having a hard time, I think, trying to make it past about lap 30.
Yeah, you got me right here. Sorry, I'm muted.
No, you're good.
Okay. Yeah, you could also what could play a part is, if there's any teams out there strategizing maybe short pitting, maybe trying to pit 6 or 7 laps before a pit cycle, so that way when the pit cycle does kind of play out, maybe they can leapfrog some cars and put themselves out ahead. So that'll be something to definitely keep an eye out for as well.
Justin Shoup in the 999. Your new leader, Trey Holmes, hanging out there in second place.
Yeah, so far the inside line definitely looks like the line to be right now. Although it looks the outside line starting to form up a little bit here. But I think right now what we're seeing is we're seeing a lot of cars being cautious, right? It is lap 5. We got 95 more laps ahead of us. So I think the guys out here right now are definitely playing it a little bit safe and trying to make it the length of the race, right? I think that definitely is what we're seeing right here.
Riding on board now with Brad Gutierrez riding along in 4th. The Shine says Horseboat, great stream, guys, as always. We have, looks like the Shine picking the number 86 machine here tonight. Wonder who the hell that is. That is Tyler Wooten. Give him some TV time. Tampa, Florida native. Tampa Bay Lightning race car right behind Min Hang, Prism Design. Ford Dark Horse Mustang. Militia moving up to 18th. I promised that I would talk mad shit about this guy. Mooresville, North Carolina native. He's single, ladies. And he believes if you're 280, you are a lady. Give him a call. Now,
That's right.
Yeah,
girls need love too.
That's right. That's right. Now, I know Jonathan Militia's dad watches our streams, and I'm super appreciative of the father of Road Soda Motorsports, owner Jonathan Militia. But how the hell do you live with that kid? I mean, for real.
He's a loose cannon.
He's a fucking loose cannon. I love him. I mean, look at his car.
Great dude.
What is,
Great dude.
What is that?
Speaking of Militia, he's I believe he's sponsoring with the Tyler Steiner and Elite Towing sponsoring tonight. I think Militia is sponsoring a race here coming up in a few weeks.
That's right. It's going to be at Coda.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome to see all this excitement around this league. It's definitely cool to see, man. From where it started to where it's at today, this is definitely cool.
Tistro picks number 17, Alex Tilley. Now, whoever gets this right, and it goes with the guys in the booth tonight. If one of these guys does pick correctly, you're going to get a Milwaukee Tool prize back and $5 of iRacing currency. Don't spend it all at once. Looking back ahead again, Justin Shoup out in ahead, Trey Holmes, Jake Hall, Brad Gutierrez, and Jonathan Evans with Matt Albert, Josh Cole, Peyton Howell, Tyler Curley, and Brendan Turner in your top 10. Again, we are 10 laps into the race, a tenth of the way through. Pit stops coming in about 20 laps or so. Depends how much you save. Again, if you're in the front, you're not saving jack shit, are you guys?
No, you're just wide open right here. If you're the lead car right here, I'm sure you're holding it wide open. It looks like the way that this sideline is pushing, there's no way that car out front isn't wide open. The second lane, that could definitely be. This could be maybe a little bit of strategy here. Pulling a little bit of draft on this outside lane. Just kind of keeping the inside lane with them, but also saving a little bit of fuel here. So.
One thing for sure, they definitely got to be careful not to let these guys in the front row here break loose, because if they do, they're just going to kind of check out. If they get a single car train going on, they're just going to leave the rest of the field.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of guys, I think naturally are more comfortable on the bottom, and I think that's a staple for anybody who races super speedways. But that top is an acquired skill. Super speedway racing is a skill of in itself. I think people will argue with me on that a little bit. But at the end of the day, if you can ride that high line and make it work with the numbers, you can get around that inside lane.
Yeah, most certainly. I mean, if you get two or three, four cars lined up on that outside line that are definitely pushing, maybe we see a team get together here. You can definitely see that outside line be super, super fast. But sometimes it all is lane preference, right? Some guys like to be up more towards the wall. They get a little bit better view of the track if anything is to happen below them. Maybe it gives them a a little bit more room to move when something happens. Where when you're on the inside line, you got to get down right away. And that can definitely cause some issues.
Looks like we've got a couple guys kind of peeking out a little bit in the middle of the pack there.
Yeah, I don't know if they're trying to form that third lane or what. But 12 laps of green flag racing here in the Gears Cup Series, race number 1 of the Daytona 250. Again, so proud to have Elite Towing being our sponsor for this race. The winner of the Daytona 250 not only is crowned the Daytona 250 champion, but they also get $44 courtesy of Tyler Steiner and his family's business of Elite Towing. Again, you can't beat Elite. Elite Towing LLC.
Coming up on a lap car right here. This might jumble the field up a little bit, but look at this outside line making a charge right here. Matt Albert pushing
Jonathan Evans.
Pushing this line, moving it forward. Look at this outside line. Matt Albert taking it to the inside, putting that tied 48 out front.
Got that lap car kind of grinding the wall a little bit.
In hometown out of Ontario, Canada, 2-time Gears Cup Series winner, briefly having the lead. Peyton Howell now goes the inside, got the rear quarter panel of the 26 as we were on his nose.
We're 3 wide in the middle of the pack,
Holy
guys.
shit, boys. Let's get back to that spectator camera. I love it.
This is going to get dicey.
Jeff Glockner asks, what lap does caution number 1 come out? I don't want to see it come out. I honestly want to see fuel strategy. Peyton Howell leading a lap here. Started batting 11th, now worked his way up into first. The biggest mover of the race so far is Nate Williams, 24 spots up to 16th. He has started dead last. I don't think, I'm just going to say this, I don't think Nate Williams gets enough love as far as racing on super speedways. He is very talented. Again, Lenore City native out of Tennessee. He's just here for the free queso.
Looks like we had a little bit of action in the back of the pack there.
See what we got in the drone cam. Holy shit, that was the wrong camera to choose. Again, Wu-Tan, thank you for the sub. We got 2 subs on the channel here this year so far. I hope that equals more. Again, I am looking to get a stream deck so I can use those little voice clips we have. I'm working on that.
Now we got 2 packs forming up here.
I noticed that now. Let's see what we got. Again, Elliott Drummond moved up into the lead, the 45, Mr. Beast Machine. Boys, I'm letting you know, sipping on some Old Smoky Moonshine Salty Caramel Whiskey. That is my recommendation to you if you are 21 and over. Again, so happy to have Elite Towing on board for this race. Look, if you're looking to sponsor a race, let us know. We do need to know a few weeks in advance, but we're more than happy to promote your business on our channel. Whoa, to the bottom goes that 71 machine. 3 wide. Doesn't get hot and heavy coming out of 4. We'll find out right now. Looks okay so far. Curley leaves Albert and Shoop out to dry, going to the majority, to the inside line, gaining position there, rolling with Peyton Howell. And Drummond, Evans, Wicks, Edwards, and Howell, your top 5 with Curley, Shoop, Turner, Albert, and Personette, rounding out your top 10. Again, Personette rocking that 7 machine, Pittston, Pennsylvania native. First year in the Gears Cup Series. Welcome, Joshua Personette.
It looks like this first pack is kind of single filed out just a little bit, and this second pack back here is 2x2. This might give the chance for this first pack to really make some gains on this first pack here.
Savage Cheetah Gaming says, I drink moonshine and I'm not 21, so it's good. Well, I can't condone that, my friend. But whatever you do, you do. Each to their own on that. Can't condone it. But that is crazy. Here we go. 2 packs forming like Jeremy mentioned.
So we got the 2 packs up front there. There's actually one further back around about 30 place that's kind of trailing behind a little bit, so maybe they're on a little bit different strategy possibly.
Looks like a lot of Rocket Racing team members. You see the 24 there of Nathan Fuller, Mike DeWalt, and Connor Rowe. All 3 are teammates. I would imagine they're saving. But 3 groups have formed, as Kyle has mentioned, 20 laps into this race. Next week, we have Rockingham, and I have heard that is hard as shit. I don't know if you guys have practiced that yet, but I had heard it is really challenging.
Yeah, we ran a handful of laps there testing some setups, man, and honestly, to me, it kind of is maybe gonna race similar to like a Darlington style track. I'm really looking forward to it, man. It's gonna be I think that's gonna be an awesome race.
It will be challenging for sure. You see
Yeah,
that second? Go ahead, Kyle.
As I say, Rockingham is one of those tracks where it doesn't matter what you're driving on it. It's just an awesome track. It creates a lot of good racing.
Absolutely. Again, it's one of those tracks where you either know it or you don't.
That's exactly right. We got this outside line forming up here in this front pack now. This looks like it's probably going to give this second pack that was starting to lack a little bit back some momentum, because they've done single filed out now, and this front pack is racing side by side. So I think the second pack is going to catch up here, no problem, and we're going to have about 20 cars all racing, and that's going to be interesting here because we're getting ready to come up on a pit cycle. So let's just see what it's going to get interesting.
And before we do, I would say, boys, let's get ourselves our first official, quote-unquote, loose and loud of the season. Hear all the sights and sounds at Daytona with the Gears Cup Series Daytona 250.
All right, man, caution is out.
And it
Caution
looks
is out.
like we have our first caution of the day. Good Lord. We'll try to figure that out right now. Let's back that ass up and see what we can find. We'll take that loose and loud sticker off of here and see what we can see. Backing it up, looks like 77 of Peyton Howell involved in this. Looks like a little checkup between the 45, 75, 7 and 77 hit each other in the wall. Looks like they kept it straight for the most part. And then Connor Rowe taking a hit off of Keaton Salyer's nose. And that is unfortunate. And then the Connor Rowe and 77 hitting each other again. Boys, watch that and give me your analysis.
Yeah, it looks like the 77 just came down for a super late block with the run that inside line had. Yeah, that's way too late of a block.
Yeah, it looks like he came down. 7 did not lift, put him down below the yellow line, and almost just straight up in the wall. Tags Tyler Curley. Crinkles his rear bumper. Let me see if I can get to him fast enough. Looks like he comes down. Him and Connor Rowe connect for time number 1. Bounces off the wall. Rowe goes around Salyer's front nose. Down below the yellow he goes. And then Connor Rowe looks like he's got things figured out a little bit. And then he's like, fuck it, let's go into the grass. Goes down low into the grass. And who does he meet? The guy who hit him in the first place, number 77. Making sweet love and can't keep their eyes off of each other. It's Peyton Howell and Connor Rowe.
Yeah, we just had a lot of good cars get taken out of that.
Yeah, that's going to affect a lot. That is going to affect a lot.
But I'll tell you what, though, that's going to help those guys in the back, form up in back front in the pack there and give them another shot at racing towards the front there.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate. Big shout out to a driver from Salem, Wisconsin, and a guy I do believe I've seen before racing live. Ryan Johnson, a 38 Ford Dark Horse Mustang. Taz Motorsports. Big shout out to him and his crew. He's up to 9th here tonight. Started in 22nd. Chris Parkman, your leader as we know it.
Looks like we have a couple cars get taken out, so they are done.
Who do you got? Who do you got? Looks like...
It looks like to me, it looks like the 03 of Lucas Reed and possibly the 01 of Kenneth Gallman.
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Jeff Glockner says, hold on, we got a couple messages to go to.
Sure.
Looks like we have Rob Sox. Good turnout tonight, boys. Good shit so far. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate you,
Thanks,
man.
Rob.
Good friend of mine. I know him. We go way back. High school days. Thank you for tuning in. I do appreciate that a lot. T-Stro said, let's go Freedom United Motorsports. Jeff Klockner says, caution lap 23. Savage Cheetah Gaming said that was a stupid move. He was being too aggressive. I would agree with you, but it might have just been a racing deal trying to get momentum and go down. Who knows? Too early in the race for this. And then Jeff Glockner says blocking never ends up well. Big shout out to Sim Racer Kirk for the follow. Kirk, a new driver in our series. I'm excited to see him out on the track. Hopefully he's out there next week. But I'm definitely a fan of Sim Racer Kirk. Looks like we have one lap to go before green flag racing.
I want to clear up the 03 of Lucas Reed. Looks like he's okay.
Goddamn right he is.
Yeah, it was actually the 77 of Peyton Howell and the 01 of Kenneth Gall.
All right. I had a feeling when I put the loose and loud on that it might have jinxed some shit, but I didn't realize that it would have done that.
Time to put the loose and loud on, and then boys got loose and loud.
Oh, yeah. Loose and loud indeed. Again, thank you to all the viewers. All of you hanging out in the chat. Again, thank you to Wu-Tan for the recent subscription. I'm new to that stuff. I don't get a lot of subscribers, so that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Awesome to see the support all around this league. Super, super exciting stuff.
Well, I mean, I know you guys have been here for a while now. You've seen the explosion of talent that has surged into this series. I mean, how competitive, I guess, for both of you guys, before we get, well, we'll talk about this once we go green flag racing. Again, something for you to chew on is to look at the growth. I said at the beginning and top of the show that, last year was a really big year for growth. We'll let you guys commentate on that in a moment. Chris Parkman and Elliot Drummond getting set to go green flag racing.
Green flag, green
Bingo, bango, bongo, green flag racing, Gears Cup Series.
Little bit of a checkup on the inside lane, about 5 rows back. That's going to give some momentum here on the outside lane. Drummond to the dump to the inside. Back up to the outside here. Maybe one of those drivers that prefers to be to the outside there instead of staying down on the inside and maybe riding that inside momentum here. So
the Shine has subscribed for 1 month at Tier 1. Holy shit, boys. 2 subscribers in one night. That's enough to go make sweet, sweet love to his wife. Beal, you're married, right?
Yes, sir. Happily.
Hell yeah, me too. Me too. Chris Parkman in the 15.
Got the
Oh
48
my
that
God.
just tried to make a move to the outside, and he just lost a lot of track position there.
Hey, Jacko, 2786 with the follow. Thank you, sir. Ma'am, whatever your pronouns may be, thank you for
Outside
following
lane
the Gears
just
Cup Series.
absolutely disappeared right here.
Yeah, and that all started actually when Matt Albert actually pulled up. He had a pretty big gap there to the next car behind, and then that actually created kind of a checkup.
Could be a strategy play here by Matt. Matt to me seems like a strategic one.
Oh,
so maybe
yeah.
he's in the saving mode, just dipping his toes out front, seeing what it's like all around the back here. We've seen him maybe a little towards the back,
Getting his feet wet,
running
Jeremy.
around the middle, and to the front. So I think he's just testing the waters here, which is super, super interesting to see and fun to see. Seeing a guy race all around the track.
I just got another request. They just redeemed a Loose and Loud. They want us to shut the hell up so they can watch some green flag racing. Loose and Loud coming up courtesy of the Shine. bringing you back in from the loose and loud again. That came from the Shine. Thank you so much again. I seriously did a spit take, almost ruined my wheel. Of all the subs that just leveled in, I am now up to 10 subscribers, and I can't thank you guys enough, dude. Like, that seriously, my heart sank into my stomach when that happened. Oh my God, like, our guys here in the booth just was sharing the jubilation with him. That's never happened to me before, so again, I cannot thank you enough. I appreciate the support and supporting the Gears Cup Series. Again, this is going to go towards the Stream Deck as soon as they cut me a check. And hopefully I get some hot buttons here for you here real soon. Your leader here now, 33 spots from where he began, started 34th, now into first. Right along board because he deserves the goddamn TV time. Bladen Edwards, Pensacola, Florida native, hanging out in Governor DeSantis' Florida. Hopefully he's prospering and doing just fine. Shine, I appreciate the bits. You are killing me right now with the love. J2L, I do believe that's what it is. I apologize if I'm pronouncing that wrong. The gifted subs, that seriously, you didn't have to do that. I do a lot of this for fun. Again, Jeremy Beal, Kyle Munson joining me tonight out of the kindness of their hearts, supporting the stream and supporting us. Couldn't thank you enough for the effort by both of you guys and then for everybody here tonight. You help make this go around. You help make this worthwhile. You have no idea, guys, how bad I want to race in this series just because I'm a competitive person. I like to race, but my passion is broadcasting. I love this with the bottom of my heart. A lot of these guys here that are in the series appreciate what I do. They lurk here while they race, and it warms my heart that they do that.
Man, look, I'll say this. I met you guys back in, I believe it was September, at the Pocono race. Was the first time I had ever done a hosted race. It was a recruitment race. Or I'm sorry, I did a recruitment race and met you guys and then ended up doing the Pocono race. And man, you guys have welcomed me with open arms, and it has been awesome. Tom, to touch on what you said about running and racing, is I would agree with that, man. I've raced with you in all of these recruitment races we've done on Friday nights for the past months. And man, it's so fun to push you around. So it would be awesome to have you out there. But I got to be honest, I think everyone here tonight would agree that you are absolutely killer up here in the booth. So it would be fun either way. But
sure.
Absolutely exciting stuff, man. I love it.
Yeah, and that's what keeps me going. A lot of you guys, the kind words and all the shit that you guys do to support me and the stream, it means a lot. Again, you guys coming in on short notice, not really knowing what to expect. Again, appreciate having you guys. Again, Jake Hall, your new leader, give him some fucking TV time. This guy deserves it. Spartanburg, South Carolina native. South Carolina being one of my favorite states of choice. Maybe one day my wife and I will retire there. Or not, I don't know. South Carolina is beautiful. And one of my favorite states in the whole goddamn country.
We're starting to see a little bit of a separation on the back. So maybe some guys are starting to get a little bit overheated in their cars, and then, they might be trying to cool it down just a little bit too.
Yeah, that does play a factor, Kyle. No doubt. Especially super speedway racing, that is a typical thing to happen. Especially leading the outside line. Let's talk about this guy for a second. Dead last, 31 spots up to near the front. Leading that outside line, Nate Williams. Again, ladies, he is single. He loves queso.
And long walks on the beach.
Long walks on the beach. Firing
that
weapons.
Crown Royal car is looking good.
In a range. His Crown Royal Ford Mustang trying to lead the charge on the outside.
Looking to the outside here.
The wall too. Again, I gotta say,
help push.
I gotta say the 9 car, seeing Mike DeWalt in any other manufacturer other than a Toyota is a little different to me. Or excuse me, fourth. It's a
Oh,
little
we got
different.
Nate Williams.
Right.
on.
Oh!
All right,
17
man,
sideways.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
We're going to stop it right there because, yeah.
Yeah, that's the big one.
Let's back that ass up and see it in full effect. Gets a little high, brushes the wall, tags the 47, goes down and up, meets Jesus and then some. Takes out Fitzpatrick, the 71, the 81. Jeez Louise. I guess he just had a little bit too much queso.
Yeah, it looks like maybe just a little bit too much of a got him a little bit loose there.
Let's see. Let's back it up a little bit more, and let's ride along with Nate Williams.
I think that actually kind of started with the 9 of DeWalt.
Yeah.
He kind of stacked up everybody that was behind him a little bit.
Oh man.
And just a massive run.
Oh man.
I guess he didn't have no assistance out back. He just had a massive run, and Munson said, with the 9 pulling up right there and kind of slowing that run down that he had. It just sent him into the turn there. And as you can see, he was turned left, but he just had way too much forward momentum, got him into the wall, and once he got it off the wall, it just got him loose, and he couldn't recover it.
Yeah, nothing doing with Mike DeWalt.
Man, I'll tell you.
Yeah, nothing there.
I'll tell you, the unfortunate bystander in all this is the 19 of Keaton Salyers. He was actually on the bottom of the track and then actually got clipped in the rear. And then he ended up having an unfortunate meeting with the outside wall at almost full speed. So definitely some damage on that car.
Yeah,
That's
that is too bad. That is too bad.
Come on, Keaton.
Too bad, so
Fix her up,
sad.
buddy.
Sucks to suck, Jeremy Beal.
And that
Just
was a
talking
hell of
shit.
a hit.
Yeah, it was a hell of a hit. Again, under caution for only the second time today. Looks like Ryan Johnson coming out your leader off of pit lane. Again, Salem, Wisconsin native, Taz Motorsports, DCD Bodycraft, Certificate Used Auto Parts, and VTech Services. Looks like level 2 hype train emote was achieved. Choo. I'm going to put that in there. GSL Racing Live says, as Larry Mack would say, caution is out. Caution is out. You are damn right.
And this is going to get interesting with the fuel strategy, too, because they're going to have to make at least probably 1 or 2 more, looks like 2 more stops.
Yeah, I mean, we're only 43 laps in. We're just under halfway done with this race. A lot of action-packed racing through and through. I mean, Jeremy, Kyle, I'll let you go. Take the floor here as we're under caution. But what is your analysis or your thoughts of the first half of this race?
Honestly, so far so good. I think both the ends and the team were just products of super speed racing and racing in general. I don't think it really anyone with any too terrible at fault incidents there. So I think we've seen really good racing here tonight. We've got quite a few good green flag laps in. I think this caution right here is going to kind of reset these guys, reset the field here. I think we're going to see them pull the straps in, get their heads straight, and I think we're going to see a long green flag run right here.
Yeah, for sure. So the other thing too is we're getting actually some cars we didn't necessarily have up front early. So now that the guys that were kind of in the back hanging out there that had avoided all the melee, now they've got a shot up front.
Yeah, that's definitely something to keep an eye out for. The guys that have been floating around in the back, and maybe even a couple of them kind of in the further backpacks that we had 3 cars in it. Now they're going to be racing around everyone. So they're going to see how it feels here in different air, dirt, and being in the middle of traffic here, get pushed, doing some pushing here around a bunch of should be interesting. But I think we're going to see some green flag laps here. I think this call should definitely kind of reset some. Like I said, I don't think either incident we've seen tonight really been anything egregious or anyone terribly at fault there. So I think it's time to get going here and rock and roll.
Pump the brakes. Focus on what you can really control.
That is right. Thank you, Larry Mack.
Looks like we're going to have about 55 to go here. The pace car is on its way in.
Yeah, it looks like
the 38 car of Ryan Johnson's going to be the one leading us off.
Yeah, Ryan Johnson and the 28 of Skylar Comstock, again, new to the series. Jonathan Evans as well, Brad Gutierrez, all first-year drivers with gears in the top 4. Then you have Chris Parkman, the damaged Tyler Curley, Elliott Drummond, Justin Vandermerel,
Green.
and the rest of the field. Here we go.
This would be interesting to see what Curley can do because he's actually been involved in both of those accidents.
Yeah, again, that first time that last wreck there, no fault of his own, just getting crinkly curled on the back end of it. Do you think that affects him overall?
I don't think so. It doesn't look like his car's got anything really done to it. I don't think he really got too tied up there. I think he maybe avoided that second one a little bit. But I think he's all right. He's definitely a guy to look out for. He was a dual 2 winner last week. So definitely a car to keep an eye out here as the outside lane is working forward here.
Yeah, one thing about these cars, so they are built like tanks, right?
Yeah.
So as long as you don't take yourself out and I mean, you can pretty much drive this car and just beat it off the walls. And
yeah, most definitely. The like Rockingham, the track we're going to next weekend. There's going to be guys using this car in the wall to actually gain speed. If you can kind of time it right and just barely use that wall to get the car turned as you're getting into the corners. These cars are definitely tanks. They can handle a lot.
Jonathan Evans leading a lap here, 47 of 100 complete. Evans, Parkman, Curley, Vandermerel, and Gutierrez with Elliott Drummond, Skylar Comstock, Bladen Edwards, Ryan Johnson, and Nathan Fuller rounding out your top 10. Again, that caution, as you said, Jeremy, kind of resetting the field, bringing people back to square one. Tyler Curley making the move.
Beautiful move by Tyler. This kid definitely knows how to run super speedways, and I think we saw that last week. But like I said before we went green there, the Toyota, I think, are definitely some cars they get linked up to keep an eye out for. I think they definitely work good together. So him leading out here, if he can get some 8 or 2 up to him, I think they could definitely be hard to get around.
Whoa, and a little bump there by
26
the
getting a little squirrely.
Off the 26. That Highline trying to push the issue.
Yeah, some of these guys are getting super aggressive here, so it's kind of, we're not even halfway through this race yet. We gotta kind of just settle down and get into it.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Maybe we're seeing some guys wanting to see how their cars are handling here for certain. Maybe try it now instead of at the end of the race, or see how their car is going to react on maybe what they would consider a late block or trying a different lane. Strategy is definitely something to think about here in these super speedway races, because a lot of people say it doesn't take any skill to run them, but I would definitely disagree with that, because
I would too. Absolutely.
If it doesn't take any skill, I would say anyone to get out here and run 200 miles an hour with 30 cars around you and just see how easy it is. So
definitely need a little bit of luck too to go along with that.
Absolutely,
Definitely.
super speedway racing. I think we all know as racers that you are looking for a little bit of luck in super speedway racing, and we have action.
Big wreck.
Big
All right, man,
wreck
caution is out. Caution is out.
and
999 just got cleaned up.
yeah, that was no bueno. Looking for muy bueno worker as we respond and go to the replay. Looks like
That is not the reset I was
999.
talking about.
That is not. Looks like 75 netcode. That looks like netcode to me, boys. Can you confirm that?
Let's look at it at a different angle, but yeah, I think I'm agreeing with you. If we can get another angle here, Tom, on the stream for,
Yeah,
for
look
everybody.
at Blimp side.
I
From
would
the
agree with that. It
MeanYourMom.com
looks like
Blimp
netcode to
code.
me.
Blimp, I can't even speak anymore. The 999 looks like the net code of the 75 cars. He looks up, but yeah, like they haven't even touched yet, and he's already getting turns. So I would blame that on net code. A racing deal again, probably lack of
Yeah.
awareness. Ooh, and looks like the Tampa Bay Lightning car getting involved in the 7, the 25 of Trey Holmes. Looks like Fitzpatrick is getting turned by Jonathan Militia. Surprise, surprise. In the 69 car. Again, Jonathan Militia's dad. I don't know how you let him live in your house, but I hope you make him go to church on Sunday.
I know the 999 is pretty upset with the 45 for some reason.
Yeah, I'm not sure why, but I guess we'll never know.
Well, sometimes in them netcode incidents, when it happens, you don't know that it happens. So I think when he goes back and looks at it, he'll see that and realize that maybe he didn't need to kind of come up as far as he was right there. But unfortunately, at times it will get you, and there wasn't really much he could do once it got him.
I think that that block by the 45 probably just scared him a little bit, and then maybe he probably tried to make a maneuver up a little bit, and then didn't realize the 75 was there.
Right, most certainly.
Again, a lot of this is, what it sounds to me, it sounds like it's track awareness, right? Your car awareness, where your car is in spots in the moment of time that you're there. It's a racing deal. I don't think there's any malicious intent involved. It's more or less just like, oh, shit happens at super speedway racing.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Like I said earlier, I think now this is, the third one, and I don't think any of them have been, crazy or egregious or anything like that. This is just a, product of racing sometimes, and it does happen.
Want to mention next week, the Rockingham race, week 2 of the Gears Cup Series. Hopefully you guys are on tap for that. Looks like they call it... Oh, shit. I have it in my notes, but I can't see it. I think it's the Pop Secret 200 at Rockingham next week. Hopefully to see you all there. I hope you guys are racing. As much as I like having you in the booth, I want to see you out there. Looks like Savage Cheetah Gaming says already 3 cautions and not even halfway. I think some of that has to do with getting grouped up after the first and second caution. They get a green flag racing. There's some guys who are already, they know they're not at 100% full strength, so they're trying to do things. I think in this case, it was just a racing deal in netcode. I don't necessarily think this was an action of any one driver. Just kind of moved up a lane and it processed, as it were, an accident. Starting here for this caution coming out of the break, Tyler Curley and Chris Parkman's going to lead row number 1. Brad Gutierrez and Skylar Comstock, row number 2. Matt Albert, Nathan Fuller in row number 3. Mike DeWalt and Ryan Johnson, row number 4. And Justin Vandermorel and Elliot Drummond rounding out your top 10. Again, Daytona 250 provided and sponsored by Elite Towing LLC out of Summerdale, Alabama. Again, if you know somebody there and you need a car towed, you just can't beat Elite. Elite Towing LLC. Again, look them up on Facebook. Shoot them a message and say, hey, he hasn't paid his shit.
Well,
Get
I'll tell
his
you
truck.
what, these guys are definitely getting a lot of use out of that towing company today. 'Cause they're wadding them up down on the
Absolutely.
front stretch area.
Savage Cheetah Gaming says Rockingham is going to be a shit show. Too many bumps and easily a crash fest. And then, yeah, makes sense. iRacing being dumb again. Yeah, I would agree with that. But at Rockingham, I think with the skill level of driver that we have, the best drivers is going to be the proverbial cream of the crop. And we'll see kind of the sea spread, if you know what I'm saying. Again, Tyler Curley and Chris Parkman getting set to receive the green flag. Tyler Curley starting in the Geico restart zone. Again, if you're hanging out with us, I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. the Horseboat, hanging out with the 42 car of Jeremy Beal, the 40 car of Kyle Munson, and myself, the Horseboat. To all of you in viewership land, Tyler Curley leading us off. Getting bumpy between Gutierrez and Fuller on the inside line. They are off and away.
We are past the halfway point.
And we
Time to
already
wrap,
have
boys. Let's
wrecking.
go.
What the hell is going on? Well, see what happened back here. Looks like getting hot and heavy, but the caution will not be called.
Yeah, it looks like they kept it straight, but let's go back and take a look at what happened here.
Yeah, we will in just a second. We'll get this group off because they're getting dicey. We will come back to that. If we're green flag racing, we're going to stay here with it.
Yeah, let's keep it rocking.
Let's keep her going.
That's definitely going to set the field up here.
It does chop it up a little bit. You see little blips and little groups here. Militia up to 11th. Let's get a nose camera.
Open up the opportunity for some green flag racing right here.
I do hope
We have
so.
full packs now.
Riding along with Jonathan Militia. A guy who's single. Apparently knows a ton of race car drivers, but can't ever get any autographs.
Got that
Again.
top side starting to form up again here.
If you're near Mooresville and looking for a good time, Jonathan Militia is your guy. Road Soda Motorsports. You have to drink a couple beers before he goes out. He's self-conscious. How about his driving?
Got the 15 of Chris Parkman coming back up in the front there.
Chris Parkman assuming the lead. You see the lane changes here between, looks like, what is that? The 45 car of Drummond and Curley? Parkman, Johnson, Curley, Drummond, and Gutierrez, your top five.
Yeah, that inside lane really single filed out now. Not a whole lot of help on that outside lane, so.
Yeah, they do not have the numbers. Riding on board with the Elgin, South Carolina native Nathan Fuller in the Stanley number 24 Chevy Camaro.
Well, let's just push that
Out to
41.
the outside he goes.
The Walton Fuller lined up. Rocket Racing teammates. Look for them to be able to do something here on this outside lane.
Trying to make it work. They just do have some competitive numbers on the outside. Will it work?
Yeah, they got the rubber band effect going on. It's got to, everybody's got to be super tight on the bumpers. And they should be able to do it.
Holy cow, I just have to say, I don't mean to cut you off. The Whithole just gave out 10 community sub gifts.
Wow, that's awesome.
Holy shit,
Great
boys.
to hear.
Round of applause, round of applause.
Oh my lord. Oh my lord.
Here
If
comes
you
the
weren't
top
subbing,
line,
you might
guys.
be now. Thank you, the Whithoid. Gettings, follow me this minute. Thank you so much. Up to 310 followers and 20 subscribers. I went from 2 goddamn subscribers to 20 tonight.
DeWalt really pushing Fuller here on this outside lane. They got something going now.
Nathan Fuller, here we go.
Look for Mike to maybe back off a little here now that they're up there poking at the front to let that oil temp come back down a little bit for them to really make a charge right here. Backing up to the 82 is for this push right here. A lot of momentum going into 3.
I am losing my
momentum.
mind. This has been the best night of streaming in my entire life. I'm so thankful to have you all along for the ride. I might have a heart attack.
Yes, this
Holy
is a lot
shit.
of fun.
24 is going to pull down on the 15 there, so he's going to get that side draft off of him. Now I got the 9 pushing the 24. So those
Mike
guys are gonna
DeWalt
go to
with
the front.
great textbook showing of how to push right here. This is exactly how you do it.
Getting
Stand tight.
says W's in chat. Nathan Fuller, your new leader on the outside line with Mike DeWalt and Chris James. Jeremy, please go ahead. Sorry for interrupting.
Not interrupted, man. This is awesome to be here. Awesome night. All these subscribers in chat. I'm as much as I said I wanted to be out there, man. I'm having just as much fun being up here watching all these guys duke it out down there.
There's definitely a trade-off. You know, you like to race because you're competitive. You know, me as a driver and a broadcaster, I'm torn. It's literally 50-50 every time I hit the track because I like doing this. Super speedway racing, I'm good with intermediate tracks. Bristol seems to be my jam for some reason. But overall, the Gears Cup Series, I love to broadcast it. It's great competitive racing. Like I said tonight, we're missing you guys as well as Perrin Huggins. Perrin Huggins, a guy who joined us early last season and really showed us the money when it came to dominating the league. A couple guys that I miss, no longer with us. Ethan Burrell, big shout out if you're here. GSL Racing Live says, big dubs, Horace, proud of you. Thank you, Brandon. Again, a lot of big shout out to GSL Racing Live. If you have not given them a follow, please take a look. Those guys are great. They do a lot of F1 racing on console, and a big reason why Gears exists today.
So looks like we had to have the 82 come down. It must be a scheduled stop, I'm assuming.
Very well may be. 61 of 100. We have Nathan Fuller, Mike DeWalt, Brendan Turner, Jonathan Militia, and Brandon Meyer, your top 5. And it looks like, to the inside, looks like, is that the 4? It looks like the 41.
That's the 41, yep.
Brendan Turner banging doors with Fuller to the inside. Caterpillar
Coming up on
versus
a couple
Stanley.
lap cars too here. This is gonna break the field up a little bit, seeing what these lap cars do. Do they stay low or do they stay high?
Again, these cars clearly not 100%. Holy shit, what do they do? They're gonna stay low, it looks
This is
like.
a bad time to catch them. Right out of the turn with a lot of
Oh,
momentum.
good
That's
Lord.
gonna choke them.
Actually,
they died to the
yeah,
inside.
oh,
Very
Go
smart.
low.
Wow.
Very smart. Very
Wow.
Very smart. Good for them.
Fuller to the outside with a demanding lead. Rocket Racing with their red rockets out. Oh, we got somebody. It looks like Gallman about ready to spin it out. Keeping it together.
34, Brendan Meyer really pushing 41 of Brendan Turner out right here, getting that inside lane formed back up because Fuller and DeWalt and Militia had that outside lane rocking and rolling there, but the 34 car's done worked that inside lane back up with Tristan right there behind him. That third car definitely put rolling and getting a good push right here. As you see, once Tristan gets up to the back, it really sends that 41 way into the corner there. Look at that. All the way deep down into the corner, that run there from that push from Montecito.
Brandon Meyer haven't said his name much tonight. Andover, New Hampshire native making the race, leading the inside line now as the 41 tucks up, leaving the 34 out to dry.
The big question here is going to be what lap do they come down for pit?
That is a big question mark. Now, guys, I'll let you know. Looks like I'm going to allow this because it's pretty funny.
We had some of those guys that came down pit road for that last caution, so they should be good for a little bit.
I got to share these messages. Well, looks like the 34 is getting buck wild. Savage Cheetah Gaming says, I've been waiting, horse, slip it in. Gadig says, let's go, Gutierrez. And then Savage Cheetah Gaming says, horse, will you put it in me? I'm married. Absolutely not. But thank you for offering.
They're single file on the top side, and then we got the 24 making a run down the bottom. So he's gonna
Leaving
It
the
looked
41
like- it
out
looked
to
like-
dry.
Right now, the field looks like a mad dash for like a Black Friday sale.
yeah, for sure.
Like all those
All the
Karens
shoppers
are like,
running
give me
into
my big
Walmart
TV,
for their
bitch. Like, get out of my
50-inch
way.
TV.
Everybody's $2.
Got
Yeah,
those
all the
gallons of
cars
milk
down-
for $1.
down low
They're
right here.
fighting
We
each
could be
other.
seeing them getting ready to do some pit stops right here. Now that
Whoa.
That was a huge run of 37 just got in the back end of the pack there.
yeah, big run by Nick
Big,
Wood.
big shout out to H Wooten 1988. Subscribe for 6 fucking months. I hope you're ready to put up with me for 6 months. Thank you so much for subscribing. Bringing up the subscriber level to 21. To go from 2 to 21 in a night, again, this is the best night of broadcasting of my life. Thank you for joining on the journey. Again, 66 laps of 100. Kyle Munson and Jeremy Beal joining us. I am Tom Jory, a.k.a. The Horse Boat. And you are watching the Gears Cup Series at Daytona 250. Last year's champion, let me find him in the field. He's back in 22nd, Lucas Reed. What the hell is that on his car? Looks like somebody's face. But he's a defending champion. I don't know. He's my pick. I don't know if he's going to win. Started 26th here in 22nd. Brendan Turner here, your leader in the Caterpillar car. Hayden Bray, 24. Thank you for the follow. Bringing us up to 310. Wow. Kyle, I think I interrupted you. I do apologize about that. What were you going to say, sir?
Oh, I was going to say the 9 and the 24, so they're teammates. The 69 is kind of an alliance. So
Gotcha.
That's my teammate. That's an alliance to that to the 9 and the 24.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll see how that plays out later on in the race.
Single file. Again, we've had a few cautions, so I would totally expect this. Guys trying to play it safe as we are almost through. Again, next week, don't forget to tune in. We are doing Rockingham for the Pop Secret 200. Stream going live about 7:45 Eastern Time. Brendan Turner, Ryan Johnson, Nathan Fuller, Mike DeWalt, and Jonathan Militia, your top 5 with Brad Gutierrez, Chris Parkman, Joshua Personette, Jake Hall, and Connor Rowe rounding out your top 10.
We are single file all the way back to about 22nd, it looks like.
Pew Pew America 88 says, let's go Gutierrez. Let's give your boy Gutierrez some time and ride on that nose cane. And riding around in 6th place behind Jonathan Militia. Big shout out to Militia, actually having a good night. Despite his gambling woes, he is in the top 5 right now. Started 36th, moved all the way up to 5th. Again, if you're having a beverage, I will have that with you right now as well. Hope you're hanging out, having a good time. I am as well. Again, one of the best nights of racing on record for the Gears Cup Series, as well as what we have going on here for you on the show.
Yeah, we should be getting ready to see these guys come down pit road here. So, maybe see some strategy plays right here. Like I said earlier in the race, maybe we'll see some guys peel off, a few laps earlier than what others are expecting or planning to pit. maybe split the field up a little bit right here. I mean, one manufacturer of cars is going to try to leapfrog another.
Yeah, I could see that. Looks like this lead pack is going to catch about a pack of 6 cars. Brendan Turner leading the way. Rick Clay, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Thank you for the follow. You're bringing us up to 312 followers here tonight. Much appreciated. Again, Daytona 250, sponsored by Elite Towing LLC. You just can't beat Elite. Look them up on Facebook if you are out of the Summerdale, Alabama area. Please give them a shout. They'll help you repo whatever the hell you want. Tell them that Horse Boat sent you. Maybe you'll get a discount.
As the great Larry Mack says, they gotta come. So let's figure out what lap they're gonna come.
Yeah, what are you guys predicting here? I mean, are they trying to make it to 75 so they can hopefully make it to the end with maybe a possible caution kind of cooked in or baked in, as a business term would say?
Well, the big thing right now is actually trying to find your teammate on track if you have any, because obviously that's going to be pretty big. Is trying to form up, a pack of people on exit, so that way we got to train the cars.
Yeah, trying to organize a pack coming to pit road is definitely an essential move right here, because if you get left out dry right here, it can be and it goes green. It can be a long ride around this place all by yourself until the pack catches back up to you. So when they do come to pit, man, strategy, executing and strategy is definitely the key, and not speeding, getting on pit road, not sliding your tires, getting any flat spots in there. And making sure you get enough fuel. These guys riding around in 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, they're all maybe 25, 40% throttle most of the time right here. So they're saving a bunch of fuel, where these guys up front that are pushing and getting out ahead, they're burning a little more. So when they come down pit road, their stop's going to have to be a little bit longer than them guys, a little bit further back. So maybe that'll play a role right here. And here we go. We got guys pitting in. Fuller, 9, 69. We got a bunch of guys to pit road. One off track.
Yeah, we're seeing that right here. Off track.
That's what she said.
So you got the 41 and the 38 that decide to stay out there.
Yeah, it looks like
That's
Brendan
gonna be
Turner and
interesting
Ryan
to see how
Johnson.
that works out.
Yeah, we'll actually focus our attention out to the lead group. Looks like some people dropping back or dropping out. That might be lap traffic.
To see if they stay out or if they're going to have to come in here.
After this cycle, this pit stop cycle, will go into another loose and loud before this 250 is over. As you see, Brendan Turner, the leaders, leading, and Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. gonna lead a lap.
Awesome to see.
A guy who wasn't supposed to make the race, but somebody who could not make the race backed out. We had him in. He was actually out until we heard from response from another driver. That didn't happen.
And the 41 dismisses pit box.
Oh no!
That's going to slow him up because he actually had to back up just a little bit. Don't want
That
to get
is
any
a bummer.
penalties.
12 getting as much draft as he can. The 13 car of Sean Anderson in second, about a straightaway away. When is the 12 going to pit? That is the question. He's hanging behind a car of Keaton Salyers, which is a season 1 champion, who has no front end. Let me explain that away. And then now you have Nathan Fuller, who just went a lap down. It's going to be interesting how this plays out, but Fitzpatrick now has to be losing time. Am I right, guys? All right, good talk, gentlemen.
I was just trying to see where he's at on track. So it looks like he's in a draft, so he should be okay for a little bit.
Yeah, for a little bit. I was just talking mad shit. Trying to get through this pit cycle.
Then further that pit right there, when they left pit road, they were a little spread out, but now with the pit cycle coming through, they're bunched back up now. We're back racing again.
I think the thing that's going to kind of screw Fitzpatrick is going to be when he's on there. So here he's not going to have any.
Looks like back in third place is Tyler Wooten in that 86 machine. Got into a little trouble earlier on in a caution, or a wreck, I should say. But hanging out there in third. They have Sean Anderson right there. And then Robert Fitzpatrick running with Nathan Fuller with 23 laps to go. Let's try to sneak in here right now. A Gears Cup Series, loose and loud. Thank you, Cavalry Scout 07, for the follow. bringing you back. 14 laps to go. I am Kyle Munson and Jeremy Beal. I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horse Boat. Thank you for hanging out here for the conclusion of the Daytona 250, sponsored by Elite Towing LLC out of Summerdale, Alabama. Again, thank you for joining us. 14 laps to go. Elliott Drummond, your leader, with Chris Parkman, Nick Wood, Brandon Meyer, and Jake Hall, your top 5, with Jonathan Evans, Cody Johnson, Jonathan Militia, and Lucas Reed with Brendan Turner rounding out your top 10. My pick, Lucas Reed, climbing the standings slowly but surely. But Jeremy and Kyle, I'm sure you have some opinions of your own.
Yeah, definitely. They done single filed out now up by the wall. That's definitely the fastest way around this track. Once the draft go, big check up right here, Militia in the
3
03,
wide.
that's gonna slow him up right here. 3 wide.
3 wide.
They get it sorted out right here.
The problem child, Jonathan Militia.
On a row, the 5's gonna pick up his teammate, the Walt.
Well, I'll tell you
Well,
what,
the
the
push-
intensity
ooh.
is just
Blocked by that
absolutely ramped
41.
up.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, most
becoming
certainly.
electric.
12 laps to go.
Now, do you think if a caution were to occur, would you pit one more time?
If I'm short on fuel or like close to it, I definitely would, because I think we're probably going to get a blue by check.
Okay.
I'm in that situation. I'm telling my team we're going down for a splash. Speaking of my team, the only one out there tonight for my team, the 37 of Nick Wood, finally to the front. He's been in the back most of the race. Could be strategic. Haven't heard from him today. Haven't talked to him much. Partially on my fault, but good to see him up front there with doing it out there on his own, man.
These guys are be a little bit more aggressive up in the front here. I'm starting to see a lot more pushing. Pay windows open, boys. Let's get at it.
Absolutely, and again, the $44 USD prize going to the winner of the Daytona 250, as well as being crowned the champion. Speaking of champions, the 08 of Cody Johnson, as I mentioned at the top of the program. It doesn't feel that long ago we crowned him the champion. You really don't get to sit that long before we get to next season. And we have action between the 37 and 26.
Oh, cars in the grass.
Good move, staying out of the way.
Gonna
Stayed
shake things
green.
up quite a bit.
Staying green so far. We might get back to that here later, as we were highlighting Cody there. But again, the 2023 champion on his way back to defend the title. And a lot of you know him on Twitch. He apparently is very popular. Every time I tune in, he's got like 40 viewers. Dude's just an animal and a guy that I've really grown to respect. He was with us since season 1 in the NASCAR Heat 5 days. Again, getting into kind of abrasions with some people in there. But again, it was NASCAR Heat 5. Shit happens.
Come up.
But Cody clearly has shown he is the better driver than a lot of these guys. But again, after the midseason splurge in 2023, where we have just such a higher skill level of drivers.
Nick Wood down pit road.
I see that. Nick Wood down pit road, as they mentioned. Drummond leading
tires.
everybody else down, taking tires as well. That's surprising. But again, the bar has been raised for this year. Again, a lot of guys who are here who thought they would have a real chance at winning a race in this series has been drastically cut. At least
Yeah,
in half.
definitely. Inside 8 laps to go here. If you're looking to make a charge to the front, and you're riding around out back, now's the time to get going, because the way these guys have been blocking the whole race and switching and moving lanes, it's going to be hard to make some moves here. Things are going to tighten up a lot. So if you're wanting to do something here, it's time to put the pedal down and get to it.
And these guys up in the front here, the 82 and the 69 are really close, bumper to bumper. It only takes one bad move, man, because then you're going to clean out half the field.
And these cars don't push as well as
No,
you
they
think that
don't.
they would.
No, it's very easy. It's very easy for the pusher to get the one being pushed.
Here's some comments here as we get to 7 to go. Sorry to interrupt you. It looks like Savage Cheetah Gaming says anyone can drive on a super speedway. Just gotta get the right luck and strategy. I would disagree with that. It says it's way easier than racing on smaller tracks. The 41 is going to win. That very well may be. Super speedway is kind of an acquired taste. Some drivers who are very good at road courses may not be as good on super speedways and vice versa. Solstice 1 following here tonight, bringing us up to 314. Thank you for that and supporting the Gears Cup series. I would tend to disagree partially just because I know of some drivers who are amazing on the road course but cannot do jack shit on super speedways.
We're coming up on 5 laps to go, and this lead pack is catching a pretty significant number of cars that are looking to be a lap down here. That's really going to change the finish of this race, I think. I think things are getting ready to get interesting in about a half a lap here.
Yeah, as you see the lead group, looks like you see Nate Williams in that group, Robert Fitzpatrick. You have 2 lanes of lead traffic coming at you.
Seems like
probably get the hell out of the way.
Cars.
Yeah.
Every time they get up on these lap cars, it always tends to break up the field a little bit. So
Cavalry Scouts.
To see where to go.
Cavalry Scout says, I disagree as well. Some people can't drive worth the crap as a pusher. You know, you make a solid point there, and I cannot argue that. I have been on the receiving end of some really, really shitty pushes. Totally get it. Brendan Turner, Ryan Johnson,
Tyler
Chris
Curley
Parkman,
just pulled up.
Cody Johnson.
Back down.
Your top 5. Yeah, Tyler Curley.
Big split up on the stack up on the field right here.
Holy cow, a mixture
Massive
between
momentum
lead
for the
lap
outside lane.
and
Yeah,
lap
this is going
cars.
to break things up big time.
With 5 laps to go, this is making a huge difference. Come on, Mr. Cat, you have got this. I believe in you, says Savage Cheetah Gaming. Go Brad from Cavalry Scout.
Now, one thing that you got to keep an eye out for, these cars that are going a lap down right here, they're going to start making moves on each other too, because they're going to want to try to be the lucky dog in case of a late race caution right here to get themselves back on the lead lap for potential at taking this thing home.
Cody Johnson, your defending champion, in the lead for the first time tonight. Johnson, Evans, Turner, and we have action. Gutierrez and Chris James in the wall, making sweet, sweet love. Finding religion and Kama Sutra at the same time.
So this goes back to exactly to what I was just saying is we're gonna have to see whoever got the lucky dog right there. I saw Curly try to pull out on maybe the 448 of Avicito there and make a move. I don't know if that got him the lucky dog there, but we'll see right here. But them, with coming up on them lap cars, that definitely was gonna cause some issues there.
And it looks like
Yeah,
Curly
looks like
grabbing the
Ryder
right
going
rear
through
corner
wide.
panel and sending them into Chris James, who sent them both into Christ and to Brandon Meyer. Good Lord, let's watch that back in real time. Like real gentlemen that we are. It looks like a netcode deal, but at the same time, like the 43, what the hell are you doing?
The 43 was a little bit low on the line. I think it's just a byproduct of just racing free wide.
Well, it's look close. If you look close enough, that looks like netcode to me, but also like a mixture of bad decision and netcode. And it's unfortunate. Big fans of Gutierrez and Chris
angle
James.
Down a little. Yeah, see that it looks like the 43 might angle a little bit right there. Super unfortunate though for the 84 Braggarts there.
Gonna set us up for our first white checkered.
Yeah, green white checkered of the season. First one for everyone.
I'm sorry, and the 82, 84.
Again,
Now
only
the
our.
question is,
Go ahead.
question is if he's actually going to be tight on fuel or not. Some of them, if you remember, right. Some of them did actually come down a little bit.
Right, especially
Jeremy.
them guys to the front. Especially at the front, right? So
We
the
have-
guys at the
So we have 2 laps to go, green flag racing. Jeremy, pull in, if you can, Cody Johnson, maybe Lucas Reed, or Mike DeWalt. If you could, please. Savage Cheetah Gaming says 43 can't hold the line. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it was a mixture of bad decision and netcode. I don't know. Gidding said no. I know he's a big fan of one of those cars in there. I can't scroll to back up through the chat quick enough to make that happen for you. Again, tonight, Daytona 250. Next week, Rockingham, which is a complete opposite of what we've been
All right,
running.
I'm gonna be up the 9 car Mike DeWalt here. Let's see what
Let's
he's
bring
got
him in.
going.
Let's bring him in. Mike DeWalt, do you have a copy? Mike DeWalt, do you have a copy?
Not moving.
Let's see here. Mike DeWalt, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Mike DeWalt, first official green-white checkers of the 2024 season. What's your strategy going in to the last 3 laps of the race?
Well, I don't really have any friends around me. I got the 69 who's a Chevy teammate. I guess everybody's a Chevy up front, aren't they? I guess
Yeah, pretty
we're all
much.
racing for the bow tie win. But just going to go out there and see what run I can get. We're coming to 1 to go here. So getting ready for a fantastic finish. It's been a really fun race. A lot of action, obviously, but clean action for the most part. There's been a few wrecks, a few tempers, but that's kind of expected. But I couldn't be happier with the way this race has gone.
Yeah, I couldn't agree there more with you, Mike, man. It's been a lot of fun up here in the booth watching you guys race around each other and for the last 100 laps there. We'll let you get back to it, man. Good luck and have fun, man.
Thanks, man.
All right, we'll get Mike DeWalt back up in the booth. Let's grab one more, and I'm going to pick him out here. Give me just one moment. I'm going to grab the number 45 of Elliot Drummond. Hopefully we can get him up here. Elliot, do you have a copy, sir?
Yes, sir.
You are on board here with Elliot Drummond. The 45 car is currently sitting in 9th. Quickly in 30 seconds or 30 seconds or less. What is your strategy going into the green-white checkers?
Shake and bake, don't lift, and Godspeed.
Good enough for me. Thank you, Elliot Drummond.
You heard it here first. He's wide open. He's got a tall task ahead of him, right? He's the only Toyota. Yeah, only Toyota. Surrounded by a bunch of Chevys. So
crazy.
He's definitely gonna
on
have
an
his
island.
work. Yep. He's definitely gonna have his work cut out for him right here. Cody Johnson, our rating champion, starting P, bringing us to the green flag, the green-white checkered here.
And how fitting. I mean, you guys, he was a dominant force all season long last year. A guy who could he's hard to beat. Whether it be stage racing or a race with mileage, he always seems to have the answer.
And he's always there at the end. Look at where he's at now.
We got the 03 up there too, so he was involved in one of those early on accidents too.
All right, green-white checkered. Here we go. Green flag is out, boys. We're racing.
Cody Johnson being where it matters most. 2 laps to go in the Daytona 250. Who is it going to be?
Gotta be really super careful here not to get too much of a lead, because otherwise they're just gonna form up behind you and then leave you hanging.
The walk to the inside. No help.
Oh,
Too much help
by
out
the
back.
69.
69's gonna pick him up.
What a move.
Wow, what a move by the 69 of Militia. Gave the DeWalt a little bit of a push that far ahead of the 41 to get down to that inside lane there.
Oh, 41 pushing the 9.
Oh,
Johnson keeping
hold-
it together.
hold tight.
Oh, baby.
All right, man.
Had her going around.
Caution is out.
Caught him before the white flag, so We're gonna stack it up and do it again.
Drummond and Albert getting into it. Let's get a little quick replay and see what happened.
And that is going to put us into green white checkered number 2.
Session number 2. Looks like Jake Hall going for it 3 wide as well. That checkup with Johnson. Matt Albert checked up. Oh, geez. Yeah, just a racing deal.
Yeah, the 41 was pushing the 9 really, really hard there through the corner to try to give them, a good lead out front there. And it looks like the 9 got a little bit loose there, but he was able to maintain it. Great save by him, which just caused the field to stack up, and then cars started turning. So unfortunate, but it does happen.
Too bad I can't get a word with Cody Johnson. Let's see who else I can find.
Let's pull up the 69.
Yeah, get his ass in here. Where is he?
Already?
Yeah, I got him. I got him.
Okay.
Militia, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
We are here with Jonathan Militia in the 69 car, the Mooresville, North Carolina native in the Coors Light, only cans Chevrolet Camaro. You, sir, have worked yourself from 36th all the way into 6th. How are you feeling, you fucking moron?
Yeah, I feel like a moron. I have 16X right now, but trying my best right here, dude. I'm pretty pumped that I'm running in the top 5. I feel like I have a good chance. I have a little bit of damage on the front, so like I need to carry every run I got. That's what I could try to do on that last restart. I had a good opportunity until Mike blocked me, but it's all good. At least I didn't get it caught up in that accident. The seas kind of divided for me on that one.
Yeah, that push right there by you for Mike DeWalt is really what gave him the opportunity to get down and clear in front of the 41 there. Yeah, we've said your name quite a few times tonight, man. You've kind of been everywhere. You've been kind of around some of the incidents and towards the back of the field, up at the front. You're up at the front again here now. Put yourself in a good spot to bring one home, man. How's the racing been for you out there behind the wheel tonight?
Honestly, I've been loving it. This is probably the most competitive bit of racing we've had in this league's history. So, I mean, I give kudos to everyone. Everyone's been very clean. There has been some incidents here and there, just driver error, but other than that, like, it's been a very good race.
Look, man, I couldn't agree with you more. We've been up here in the booth on obviously watching everything, and the incidents that have happened, they've just been super speedway racing incidents. It's been anything egregious, so we couldn't agree more with you, but we'll let you get back to it, man. Good luck and have fun, dude.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And that was the number 69 car of Jonathan Militia. Let me get one more person in here. Give me one moment. We'll make that happen.
Maybe pull up the 03.
We're going to pull in. We're going to pull in the 22.
There we go.
Josh Cole, number 22. Do you have a copy?
What's up, buddy?
Thank you for joining the program. You are live here with the Gears Cup Series and Casa de la Horspo running around in 12th. Looks like you're having a good night. Pole sitter with the Doritos 22 car. How you feeling going into the second green-white checkers?
I mean, I was feeling a lot better when that first caution came out because I definitely lost the draft off pit road. But this has been very hectic tonight, so I just can't wait to see how this one unfolds.
All right. Anybody you want to give a shout-out to?
I mean, give a shout out to my two teammates of Tilly and Strogy there. They've been coaching me through this last few laps. Tilly got in a wreck early on, so he kind of got screwed over, but shout out to them. They've been definitely helping me get through this thing.
All right. Well, good luck the rest of the way. Pole sitter for the Daytona 250 and contending for the win. Number 22, Josh Cole. Thank you for your time, sir.
Appreciate it, buddy.
That was the number 22 of Josh Cole.
What kind of steamer lap on that qualifying run that locked them into this race, right?
Yeah, he qualified on the pole.
That's right.
Cody Johnson, Brendan Turner, Mike DeWalt, Lucas, or Jonathan Militia, Lucas Reed, Ryan Johnson, Jake Hall, Justin Vandermerel, Elliot Drummond, and Skylar Comstock rounding out your top 10. And fellas, it's been a great evening. We've had a great time. Looks like let's see. Do you notice me, Daddy Horse? Yes, I do. You've talked a lot, and I love it. Thank you so much for contributing. Gidding says, I think he's trying not to catch a charge. He likes streaming. No, I appreciate all of you guys. This is fun. Can you tell the 41 I'll suck? Oh, my wow. I'm not repeating that. I should not. I don't know if you guys are seeing that, but I'm definitely not.
Cheetah Gaming coming
saying
in hot.
That. Getting sus in the chat. Thank you very much. Green White Checkers number 2. Cody Johnson leading
Green
us
flag
off.
is out. Here we go.
Mike DeWalt hot on his tail.
Kind of get a little bit of a checkup on the top side there.
Little checkup on the top. 41's really squeezing himself in there.
Oh yeah, and here we go with Johnson, DeWalt, Turner, Militia, and Hall. With Ryan Johnson, Justin Vandermerel, Elliot Drummond, Sean Anderson, and Lucas Reed rounding out your top 10.
Jake Hall to the outside. 41 to the outside.
Now, because I don't want to scroll up because we've had a lot of chat tonight.
Cody
Where
Johnson
at?
making a room for the block there.
3 wide. 38 taking it 3 wide.
Ryan Johnson, Salem, Wisconsin native, looking to score big time with his first win in the Gears Cup Series. 41 of Brendan Turner leading us down with 1 to go.
69 of Militia to the inside. No help out back. He's gonna have a big push out back on the turn.
Oh, we got a crash. But I think we're gonna race it back to the finish line. I think that's what it was.
DeWalt to the inside.
DeWalt to the inside. We have ourselves some action. Jake Hall.
Watch that 98. Here comes the old
Mike DeWalt, Cody Johnson, Brendan Turner, Jonathan Militia, Chris Parkman, Skylar Comstock, and Sean Anderson.
Mike in a tough spot right here. He's got to choose wisely of what lane he wants to
15
block.
pushing to 41. Here we go.
Oh, we got
this
action.
This is exactly what the 9 needed here.
Oh,
no. He gets taken out.
Look at
the 98 all alone is going to bring it home and win the Daytona 250.
Your winner, Jake Hall. The Gears Cup Series Daytona 250 winner, sponsored by Elite Towing LLC out of Summertail, Alabama.
Well, I'll tell you
what,
man,
a finish.
Did you just see the 28 car just make a hell of a move there from like 10th or 12th and all the way up to 4th place, avoiding all that mess.
That is correct.
Wow.
Jake Hall winning.
What a finish there.
Career win number 1 for the Gears Cup Series. And obviously one of the most important wins of the year. Let them show us how you celebrate. See if we get him in the chat. Can we get him in the chat? Of course, I don't see him anywhere in the chat.
Yeah, I don't see him.
Jake Hall, your winner. Unofficial results as you see on your screen. Jake Hall, Josh Cole, Lucas Reed, Skylar Comstock, and Min Hang, with Brendan Turner, Connor Rowe, Mike DeWalt, Brendan Meyer, and Joshua Personette. Get your results here in just a moment.
Is my voice on the live stream?
Your voice is on the live stream.
Okay.
The crazy thing about all that, man. So the 22 car was in 13th place on the last lap going into turn 3. And he comes out 2nd place.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull your winner, Jake Hall, in here with us.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Jake Hall, you're up here with Tom and Kyle and Jeremy in the booth, man. You got a copy?
How's it going, boys?
What's up, man? How's it feel? Daytona winner?
feels good to get that opening win there, start off the season. I think Clemson. I'm glad to put this machine up front, and appreciate all the help I got throughout the race. Shout out to Brad Gutierrez for pushing me, and we made it happen.
Yeah, Jake.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Bill. I don't mean to cut you
Go
off,
ahead.
bro.
Go ahead.
No, I mean, the last couple of laps there, it was pure chaos on the restart there as I'm replaying it in slow motion as we're talking. What was your mindset going into that last restart?
Well, I saw Mike go up a little bit, try to peek my nose on his inside, and that's where all that chaos ensued. I just held the wheel to the left and just prayed I got through it, and I got through it. And we took the W.
You know, I have to ask because I heard, but I wasn't sure. Are you out of Clemson University at this time?
Yes, I raced for Clemson.
That is amazing. That is amazing. You are the winner of the Daytona 250, winner of $44, courtesy of Elite Towing LLC. Do you have anybody you would like to give a shout out to or a thanks?
Just shout out to the Clemson team. Shout out to Brad. Appreciate Tyler Curley and the duels. We worked together. So, it happened. Just everybody that believed in me, and just want to continue to win.
All right, that is Jake Hall again, your Daytona 250 Cup Series winner of race 1 of 33. And again, enjoy this evening. You deserve it, man. Thank you for coming out.
Great
Thanks,
win
guys.
tonight,
Did a
Jake.
great job.
All right, let's see if we can get another. See if we can get Cole back up in here one more time. Before this one's out.
Lucas Reed.
Yeah, it looks like we have the third place finisher, Lucas Reed. Lucas, thank you for joining us on the broadcast here tonight. Militia giving out a sub. Thank you so much for that. Lucas finishing third. My pick to win it. My pick to win it. Again, you were the 2023 winner last year. How did that go for you on the last restart?
Man, that was really wild for the last couple of cautions. I was really trying to save my fuel because I was right down there at the number, and I was short by like 0.2, and coming actually ran out of fuel. Got a huge push, but it slowed me down enough when I ran out to avoid all that crap. To the finish line, hoping and praying, and I made it somehow. I got lucky with that one, that's sure.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I honestly thought you were going to run away with it early on. I saw that you got into some trouble, so unfortunately, that kind of limited your chances. Were you 100% that entire race?
For a little bit, I had some damage at the beginning. I noticed a couple of my buddies fell back, so I went down on the apron and tried to stay down there, and I kind of got tight, and I went back up onto the track and hit one of my other buddies, which gave us both some damage. So it took me a little bit to fix that because cautions weren't coming out right away, but then I got to 100%, and we started working together and gaining some time, and it ended up working out for us.
That is awesome. Thank you so much for joining the show again. Third place, defending Daytona 250 winner Lucas Reed, getting third place here tonight. Thank you for joining us on the program. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
I'd love to give a shout out to all the guys, Sean Anderson, Perrin Huggins, my boss, for making a good paint scheme tonight. Rudick for president, you know that. John Evans, Cody Johnson, you know all the guys. It's great racing. And especially you guys, the Horse Boat and Gears, for putting the stream on and putting these races on. So it's fun every week. I look forward to it every week. Friday, we talk about it at work, get up for them. We're ready to race, you know. It's a good time. Thanks for having it. I appreciate you being on here.
Great job tonight, Lucas.
Yeah, great job tonight. Just want to shout out Cody Johnson and AC Fament. Looks like Johnson rated with a party of 34, and then Fament 379 with the follow. Thank you for bringing us up to 315 followers. Again, 22 subscribers as of the end of tonight of the 250. Joining us here now, the leader, or one leading some laps, and was definitely in contention to win the race, number 9, Michael DeWalt. Mike, thank you for joining us on the show. Again, disappointment. Looks like you had the Daytona 250 in the palm of your hands.
Was right there.
Proverbially just slipped away. How are you feeling right now?
Well, it feels good when, you know, I still finish in the top 10. It feels a little bit better. But, man, I had it going into 3. I had the race under control. a lot of people lost momentum there going into 3, so I felt good about my chances there with the 41. But ultimately what happened was I tried to crowd him on the entrance to 3, and he kind of came down as well. We kind of fought for the same piece of real estate. We both understand what happened. And no worries on both sides. But just part of racing. But man, hopefully you guys were entertained. That seemed like a hell of a race to watch.
Honestly, it was one of the best super speedway races in Gears Cup Series history. In my opinion, I think Jeremy, I can't speak for Jeremy and I can't speak for Kyle, but tonight was a really awesome race with a lot of intensity, a lot of drama. Again, like I said, one of the best super speedway races on Gears Cup Series record. Anybody you want to give a shout out to, Mike?
Just shout out to everybody that came out, that qualified their way through the duels into this race, and for everyone that's in this race, because I mean, I don't know how many cars we had out, but it seemed like we had a lot of cars still on track all the way through, and everyone did a really great job. So just shout out to the league, shout out to everyone that's made this possible, shout out to all the viewers, shout out to Brayton Laster for running the ARCA race instead of Gears. Just kidding. Just really excited about tonight and the season. This is the start of something really great, which I think is this season. This season is going to be very fun, and I'm looking forward to you guys calling it.
Yeah, Mike,
absolutely.
I would agree. Being out there behind the wheel, just real quick, one more question. While we got a bunch of people still, what was it like being out there actually racing with all these guys, like actually being behind the wheel? It was awesome to see up here. I know you touched on it a little bit. It was awesome to watch up here. But what was it like actually out there being around 20, 25 guys, 30 guys all at any given time?
It was really intense with all the lane changing and all the runs on the air, the lines stacking up, obviously having to make decisions where you're going to run and where your teammates are. It was intense, and a lot of people were kind of in trouble with the incident points, which you don't really think. 4X, that's a lot of incidents. But you get 24X, that's a green flag pit stop under green. That would ruin a race. So a lot of people are weary of that, but no fast repairs. I think the experiment has worked. No fast repairs equals good racing.
Absolutely. 110%. I couldn't agree more, man. Mike DeWalt, again, admin, part owner of the Gears Cup Series, leading the way there going towards the end. Unfortunately, ending in tragedy with that wreck. Jake Hall taking the lead and then potentially the victory. Top 10 finish for you. You finished in 8th. Congratulations, man. Moving on next week.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Again, next week, we look forward again. A big shout out to Fly Guy Only 773 for the follow, putting us up to 316 followers. Appreciate you a bunch for supporting the channel. Again, next week, we have Rockingham for the Pop Secret 200. We will be live at about 7:45 Eastern Time for, looks like, Jeremy Beal and Kyle Munson, Mike DeWalt. I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horseboat. Hoping you guys have a wonderful weekend. And see you next Friday night for Rockingham. Have a great evening. And thank you for joining the Gears Racing League.